Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 54 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. In the last episode, we talked all about the different things that are derailing your productivity, probably without you even realizing. And I shared a few tips and strategies that you can use to help combat those so that you can make your productivity soar. And in this episode, we're going to take it one step further. I'm going to share some strategies that you can use to help you set your day up for success so that you can have a productive work day, so that you can be productive instead of just busy, so you can tick those things off of your to-do list, and so that you can feel accomplished and like you have achieved and head into your evening knowing that you have rocked it, crushed it, and had a great day. Before we dive in and I share what those strategies are that you can use to help you become a productivity powerhouse, I want to invite you to come and join the Unapologetic Mompreneur Facebook group if you haven't done so already. My favorite place to hang out, consider it your safe space to share all of your wins, your frustrations, your struggles, and your joys on the roller coaster that is this mompreneur journey. You do not have to do it alone. And so if you want to be surrounded by lots of other amazing, incredible mums with businesses just like you, who are striving to create the business and life that they want and the family life that they want that is on their terms without worrying about what other people think, the Unapologetic Mompreneur Facebook group is for you. I regularly go live inside there, sharing lots of different tips and strategies that I don't share anywhere else. I have got some amazing little individual masterclasses coming soon from both myself and from some amazing guest experts that are going to come in and share their incredible tips and strategies to help you go from surviving to thriving in your mompreneur journey too. So I would love for you to come and join us inside there. If you are not a member already, come and do it now. You do not have to do this alone, Mama. I am here for you, and all of the other members of my amazing community are there for you too. You'll find the link to join that in the show notes, and I cannot wait to see you inside. And with that out of the way, here are my favorite tips for having a more productive day when working from home. Because running your own business, and when you're running your own business, it means that you spend most of your days working from home. And with distractions like the housework, the laundry, and the doorbell going, sometimes it can be hard to stay motivated, to focus, and to get things done. But over the years, I've discovered a few ways to help me stay on track so that I can be as productive as possible and so that I can get the most out of my day. Do these things too, and you will be amazed at how much your productivity soars. If you're ready to become a productivity powerhouse, do these 5 things and you will be amazed at the incredible day that you have and how much more productive you are instead of just busy. The first is to start your day in a slow and calm way. I used to think that in order to have a productive work day, that I had to get to it the very second I got up. Then I would come downstairs still in my pajamas before I've even sorted out bits ready for the school run and start working on my PC. But actually jumping out of bed and running around frantically to get your day started as soon as possible, that doesn't help you to get more done. In actual fact, I've learned that it has the opposite effect. And instead, I've learned that starting my day in a much slower, calmer way makes me so much more productive because I've had that time to ease myself into my day gently. Then I'm not rushing headlong into stuff without even giving myself time to breathe and think. By spending an hour reading or journaling with a cup of coffee before I dive into my work, it allows me to start my day in a non-stressful way, and it really leaves me feeling energized and motivated when it's time to get to work. I used to think that I had to work every hour under the sun in order to get things done, in order to succeed in my business. And that because of that I didn't have time to sit and read before I even start my day. Who was I to think that I could get in from the school run when I should be starting work to then actually spend an hour sitting there reading, journaling, meditating? I didn't have time for that because if I was doing that, then I would lose an hour on what I could be doing in my business. But actually doing that, it actually changed things. It actually made me more productive because I had time to ease myself in gently. I had time to breathe. I had time to think. I had time to curl up with a book and show myself that I was worthy by enjoying that cup of coffee hot without putting it in the microwave 3 times, and to actually do a bit of personal growth and indulge myself into a book that I was reading. And it really makes such a difference. Instead of going headlong in and going all guns in, give yourself time to ease your day into your day in a slow and calm way. What can you do that is for you, that you would enjoy to do, that is going to get you energized, that is going to make you feel motivated, that is going to lift you up because it's something that you have done for you? Whether it's going for a walk or reading or going for a swim or journaling or doing something, even if it's just sitting there with a few breathing exercises or the daily calm meditation, whatever it is, do something that is for you, that helps you to start your day in a slow and calm way, that is something for you. Because then you have filled your cup and you're going to go into your workspace feeling energized, refreshed, and ready to get to it instead of rushing in like a mad thing. And you will really be surprised at how productive you will be just because you've taken that time to ease yourself in gently and do something that is for you before you start. Next up is to set your intentions for your day. This might seem like a bit of a pointless exercise, but actually when you spend a few moments to think about what it is that you want to achieve on that day and how you want to feel, the kind of day that you would like to have, you're putting yourself in that right frame of mind and you're harnessing that focus so that you are then really, really super laser focused and super clear on what it is that you want to do when you actually start your day. So during my morning routine, I like to set my intentions for the day ahead. It's a bit like a to-do list, but instead of making a note of the tasks that I want to complete, I actually just write down how I want to feel and the kind of day that I want to have. I make a note of what needs to be done, how I want to feel, what I've been putting off, and what I'm hoping that I accomplish before the day is over. Sometimes I'll even do it as if it's a journal entry from the end of the day, looking back at how I felt, what I did, what I accomplished. And it's incredibly powerful how that little like psychological hack of where you're writing it as though you've already done it, it actually makes your day less stressful and much more easier because you've already done it already. As far as your brain is concerned, because you've written it down as if it's happened, well, your brain doesn't know any different. It just thinks that you have done it already. So when you go to do it, it's actually so much easier. And I find that really powerful. I find that my day is a lot less stressful and I get more done. And it's easier to get those things done when I've set my intentions for my day. I don't always write it down. Sometimes I'll do it as like a meditation where I'll just sit there and close my eyes for a few minutes and I visualize myself walking through my day of what I would be doing to make that day successful. It really helps me to get super clear on why I want to accomplish things, what matters so much, which in turn means that I can then adopt that mindset to make it happen. It's very, very powerful. So even if you're not someone who likes to journal, even just saying out loud or thinking out loud to yourself or doing it with a close your eyes visualization exercise, just taking a couple of minutes to set your intention for your day. Maybe even if it's just where you're still in bed and you're laying there for those first moments where you're coming to, waking up, and just getting your mind into the thinking of the day, is to just set those intentions of just to take a couple of deep breaths, to let go of anything that isn't serving you already, and those monkey minds of that to-do list conquering in your head. Just take a few moments just to set that intention of how you feel. What do you want your day to look like? What are you going to do that is going to make your day successful today? Ask yourself that, set that intention with yourself, and then you'll find it so much easier to actually get it done. Like I said, it's a very simple psychological mind trick, but it really, really does work. Number 3 is to eat that frog. Now, if you've read Brian Tracy's book, then I'm pretty sure that you know all about eating that frog and what it is, because that is the book of the same name. If you've not read that book yet, go and get a copy. It is so good. He has got some amazing, super simple, but incredibly powerful productivity tips and strategies in that book. And it's one that you can dip in and out of and read a little bit here and there, but there's so much that you can take from it. So if you don't have that book already, go and get it, go and add it to your list. I have read that so many times now, and it is full of post-it notes and highlight markers of all of the tips and things that I like using. But one of them in there, the whole premise of that book is to eat that frog. It means figuring out what your most important task is, and usually it's the unsexy ones. It's the ones that we don't really want to do, but we know it's the one that is going to move the needle forward. And we keep putting it off because it's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it is the one that is going to have the biggest impact. And so if you do that task before you do anything else, not only is it hugely, hugely satisfying, but it fires you up to get everything else done on your to-do list too, because that number one task is no longer hanging over you. I hate that when I've got a task that I know that I need to do, that it has to be done, but I keep putting it off and putting it off. And all the time I'm working on something else, that task is still prodding me in the shoulder. It's still tapping me on the back, going, I'm here, I'm here. I need to do it. When are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? And it's so frustrating. So by eating that frog of getting it done, and that is the worst thing that you can do that day because it's done and out of the window, you feel so, so accomplished. It fires you up to get everything else done because you've already got that big, meaty task that you know that you have to do is done and out of the way. And it really, really does make you feel accomplished, and it makes your productivity soar. Because everything after then is easy. You've done the hardest task first and it's out of the way. Anything else that you do after that is going to be a breeze. So each day when you are looking at your list, ask yourself what that frog is and go and eat it first. Tip number 4 to make your productivity soar and have a productive day is to focus on one project at a time. Multitasking can make us feel like we are being productive and that we're getting a lot done, but it is a lie. In actual fact, multitasking slows us down and it makes us less productive. We're not rocking it doing all the things by flipping from one task to the next. We're actually being less productive. Instead of flitting from one thing to the next, try and focus on one task at a time until it's completed. By doing that, you are giving it the attention that it deserves. You're not flitting from one thing to the next, spending time trying to figure out where you've got to, where you're at, to then get in the right frame of mind, to find the motivation and to get the things done. Give the task you are working on the attention that it deserves and resist the urge to dip and flip from here and there and everywhere else. It means then that you can give it the attention it deserves, you can get it done, it's probably likely to get done a lot faster, and it means that the end result is probably going to be a higher quality too as well, because you're giving it full attention. And it takes longer to get in the task when you're flitting from task to task, trying to settle back down, remember where you've got. That is just wasting time. But when you are focusing on the task and seeing it right through, that is when you're going to be productive. That is when you're going to get the task done quicker, and the end result is going to be a lot better, higher quality. And then finally, my last tip for making your productivity soar and having a productive day is to take regular breaks. It's so tempting to sit behind your computer all day and to feel like you are not accomplishing unless you do this. And I am so guilty of this, that once I start something, I want to keep going and I'm not going to go and have a break until it is done. But that is actually detrimental, not only to the task you're working on, but your health as well. Over the years, one thing I've learned is taking regular breaks is super, super important. Not only does this give your eyes a break from staring at your screen for hours, but it gives your mind a few moments to switch off, regroup, and refresh. And it gives you a moment to get your body moving so that you can get that blood pumping, get the oxygen around your body. It makes such a difference. When I started taking regular breaks and getting up and walking away from my PC, I found that each time I would come back with renewed motivation, that I would be able to think more clearly because I've stepped away. Sometimes we can be slogging at something and it's not going right, and we think we just have to keep pushing at it. But actually, the best thing we can do for that is to take a break, to get that clarity, to walk away, to get some fresh air. And it can make such a difference. Make sure that you are taking a proper lunch break as well. Just because you're working at home doesn't mean that you can keep going and that you can just grab a quick sandwich, come back, or even worse, have your lunch at your desk. Walk away and have a proper lunch break, even if it's just for half an hour, to do something that is for you, to sit and read a magazine or a chapter of a book, to go and stand out in the garden and get some fresh air, to take the dog around the block. Do something that is going to get you out away from your screen and give you a change of scenery to help you break up your day. Because then when you come back to it in the afternoon, you've got that renewed refresh and you are ready to hit the ground running and go again. If you don't yet take regular breaks, start building them into your day and you will see how much more clearly you can think and how much motivated you feel and how much more productive you become. If you find this hard to do, one of the ways that I like to do it is that I will work in either 50 or 90-minute time blocks. I will do focused work for that amount of time. I'll set the timer, do what I can in that space of time. And then when the timer goes off, I get up from my desk. I walk around, I go and get a drink. I get my legs moving. I might go and stand in the garden if the weather's nice, which isn't very often here in the UK. But I will do that and I'll get a wander. And it really helps me to just get the blood flowing, to take a 5-minute breather. And I'm always amazed at how much better I feel when I come back to it. So there we have it. If you want to make your productivity soar, give these 5 tips a try and just see how much more productive you become. They work for me, so I have no doubt that they are going to work for you too. So here they are again. Tip number 1 is to start your day in a slow, calm way. Instead of having that urge to jump out of bed, hit the ground running straight into your office, do something that is for you first so that you can start your day in a slow, calm way and do something that is for you to fill your cup to first before you start working. Number 2 is to set your intentions for the day. Write down how you want to feel and the kind of day that you want to have, because this will help you to get super clear on why it matters what you want to accomplish, which in turn helps you to adopt the right mindset to make it happen. Tip number 3 is to eat that frog. Adopt Brian Tracy's advice and conquer that one thing that you know you need to accomplish, the one thing that's nagging at you, the unsexy thing that needs to get done that is going to move the needle forward. Do that before you do anything else, because then you will feel accomplished and everything else that you're going to do after that is super easy to do because you've tackled the hard thing first. Number 4 is to focus on one project at a time. Multitasking is a lie. It is not productive. It slows us down and makes us less productive. Focus on one thing at a time, give it the attention it deserves, and it means that not only are you going to get it done quicker, but that end result is likely to be higher quality too, because you're not being distracted by trying to flip through all of the things. And then finally, take regular breaks. Resist that urge to sit behind your computer all day. Try the time blocking, and when the timer goes off, get up and move. Refill your cup, have a drink, get the blood moving, and then come and sit back down. And you'll be amazed at just how much you have accomplished. I hope these tips and strategies have helped, and they really will help you to become a productivity powerhouse. They work for me, and I know that they're going to work for you too. I would love to know which one of these you are going to implement first. Send me a DM over on Instagram at the Unapologetic Mompreneur and let me know. And here is to seeing your productivity soar and rocking your days. You have got this, and I look forward to chatting with you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.